I'm Octavio.
I'm Chris.
I'm Marco.
I'm Alejandro.
I'm Manuel.
I'm Alexis.
And guys, to start it off, I wanted to see your point of not your point of view, but to see why does the government allow religion to be practiced in jail or prison?
Because that's like a law. Like you're supposed to be able to practice like your religion because you're free to do like what you believe. You know, you have like the right to do your own, like practice what you want and like believe in what you want, because like they can't really tell you like, oh, you have to have this certain religion or you have to practice this certain thing, because then like they would be kind of controlling you, and they can't really do that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marco, because one source that I read from aclu.org, it talks about the First Amendment and how it protects a prisoner's right to practice his or her religion of choice. So, you know, it's safe to practice your religion.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And while doing my research, I found out that like another reason why they allow prisoners to like practice their religion is because like I think it was 53% of the prisoners, like they believe like once they're doing like religious like things like reading the Bible in jail, it kind of helps them like not feel guilty anymore. But not that, but like makes them feel like a better person again. Like whatever the crime they did, it kind of gets like cleared. I what you say it cleared. So they can continue to change to be a better person.
So basically, you're saying it improves their self-concept?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I also read this one article. It says that many inmates experience guilt, remorse, like what you said, Octavio, and pain as a pain of result their crime and history background, religions, and helps to make them feel better about themselves. And you, Marco?
Yeah, so I feel like going back to like what Octavio was saying is that I feel like you're allowed to practice your religion wherever, because I feel like that's a right as like a human. So I don't feel like they are able to take away that right no matter like where you go. Yeah. And I feel like it also would help them like feel better about themselves and kind of get themselves together, so they could go out to like the real world again.
So by changing the topic, but based on what you're saying is, does the government ever interfere with religious belief, and if they do, why?
I feel like they can't, because like they don't want to provoke chaos within other people, because I feel like once they interfere with another religion or something like that, it's gonna cause chaos within that religious society, and they don't want to have like problems in the future or anything while that happens.
Well, the question you asked us, Manuel, was
does the government ever interfere with religious belief, and if so, why?
All right, I pass it to Alejandro real quick.
I think the only time they could interfere is if they're not targeting one certain religion, but if all religions are like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're able to try what's it called? Interfere with religions, but they have to do it like fairly across like our religions. Yeah.
Can't be targeted.
All right, well, to add on with this, can the government limit certain religion practices? Because there are, some religions that do sacrifices.
Honestly, I was going to talk about that point, Chris. I feel government should have the right to restrict any practices, because some religion, like the Aztecs, the Aztecs, what they believe was to like sacrifice people in the morning so the sun can rise. Yeah. And that's low key, or that's like pretty much a religious, right? Because you're practicing like a belief that you believe, so you do it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the government should interfere. They should like really restrict things like that, because you're taking someone's life, and that's like in the Constitution, right?
Everybody has a right to live.
Yeah, everyone has a right to live and speech, but it's a 50-50, right? Yeah, you have the right to believe in like what you believe, but then you're also restricted in doing like practices, certain things. I pass it to Marcos.
I feel like as long as you're not violating like any laws that are already like in the Constitution, I feel like you should be fine like worshiping your religion.
Whatever religion you want.
Yeah.
So anything about religion could be fine as long as they're harmless to others.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't they ban exorcism like here in the U.S.?
Let me do some research on that.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Wait, but like, how does exercising exorcism like affect human beings?
Because it wasn't supposed to like changing him, kind of.
You have to have like a. Are you recording?
Yeah, it's recording. What did it say?
It just according to my research, it's just, according to the canon law of the church, can be exercised only by an ordained priest or higher prelate. Basically, you have to have like a certain ranking to do it.
Oh, but
I know, but like,
it's not banned.
It's not banned. No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was banned. Alright.
You're welcome for the information.
Thank you.
Also, to add on, they are supposed to be examined by a medical like somebody
Doctor. Someone
by a
professional?
doctor just to like see if they have like a mental illness or something that they could catch on to first.
Thank you. I was just wondering about that. I feel like going back a few topics. Why doesn't the government prefer like a single religion? And I feel like we already answered like that question because they don't want to like cause commotion and chaos within the
Within
like other
communities and
other religious societies. But like have we noticed that like most of the most of the people like the presidents have been like Christian and like basically like Christian and Catholic, and like maybe few of them have been other religion.
I feel like that comes down to the fact that like a large population of the people here in the United States are Catholic or Christian. Another thing is that you don't really see a lot of like other type of churches. You usually see like Catholic or Christian churches. And another question would be like, why do you see those more often than like Muslim, like, or I don't know, like other types of like religions like being built, you know, so more people could practice it in like their local cities.
I feel like because it's not as exposed as the other religion, and not only that, I feel like when most of the times when like the government's talking, they're mostly talking about like the Christian and Catholic Church, even though they're trying to help express. Even though they're trying to help express like every single religion, but I feel like most of the time they're trying to express the Christian and Catholic Church because that's the one that we build our laws mostly upon.
So basically, you're saying that like the government has a favorite religion.
Well, not that it's fair, but I feel like when first starting up the amendments, what's it called? The practices that were taught when it first arrived, it was Christianity and Catholic. So I feel like they were built. The laws, the amendments were built upon that. But like as society kept moving forward and more religions started appear, it started like adapting to other religion.
Okay. So, well, I have a question for all of you guys. Basically, my question is, like, do you think public schools should teach religious like subjects? Manuel?
Yes.
What's your opinion about this?
My opinion on it, or how I feel, is they should, because some people want to learn more about their religion, but say like their parents believe something else, and they want to learn about like a certain different type of other religion. That I feel like they should be.
They should have the
They
right.
should have the right to learn.
So you think public schools should have like
Public schools, yeah.
religion subjects?
Religions, yes.
Okay. What do you
I
want?
feel they should also teach religion just because to have kids open-minded and to accept that there's other religions other than theirs.
The only thing would be for me is that how does that come into your like education, and also how are they gonna have somebody to be able to teach like every single religion, because you can't just teach like a certain religion because then not everybody believes in that. So you're gonna have to have teachers that like know about that religion, and it doesn't just take like a couple years of teaching. So I feel like it would be kind of hard to be able to do that unless you go to like a Catholic or Christian private school, because like you're paying for them to teach you about like your religion and then also like school.
Yeah, at the same time, I feel like it really wouldn't be up to like to to the students, yeah, I feel like if they were to teach the religion in school, probably in high school, once the student has matured and like
knows what they're getting themselves into.
yeah, knows what it gets themselves into.
Like an elective?
Because maybe as an elective,
Elective or like once a week thing.
or maybe like if they don't like practicing in schools, like the government should like probably try to work on like building more schools, like as example San Joaquin Memorial,
Yeah.
because that's a Christian or Catholic school.
Yeah. They should make more schools like that are private for people that want to.
Yeah, but like private, but like any kids able to go if they want to learn or practice more of a religion.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think about this?
I agree with you guys. I just think it should be like maybe an extra course or extra curriculum for the students that do want to learn the religions, because maybe they're not exposed to it because of like their family and stuff. Maybe they're like limited to what their parents are adopted to, and it's something that should be considered for all kids to learn, so they have a choice to see what they want to practice or not practice at all.
So the question that I asked was like more like an opinion base off of you guys, but something that I did research about back in the 1971s, Lehman versus Kirksman. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, yes, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. What about you? You guys? Yeah. So basically, this was like a case back then when the Supreme Court had to decide if states could give money to religious schools to hire teachers. So this was a case basically like you give money to religious schools, right?
Yeah.
And like now you're forbidding nuns, right? That's what it's called, nuns, right?
Yeah, nuns.
To teach like religious subjects. So basically, you go to like a religious school, but they don't teach you religious stuff. So that was like a big case back then, and that's one of the cases that help society to move on.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good thing to be able to like fund like Catholic and Christian schools or any religion schools. But the thing is that they also charge you to be in that school. So would it really be right to give them money? Like, for example, it's right for like, let's say other public schools because you're allowed to go in like for free.
Because we're paying taxes.
Yeah, because we're paying taxes. But then if they were to fund those schools with our taxes, then it wouldn't be fair because we wouldn't be able to get in unless we pay again.
Unless you guys pay a certain amount of money.
Yeah,
to go in.
because you have to pay, I don't know if it's monthly or something to be in that school.
I think it's semester.
Per semester, yeah.
I forgot, the San Joaquin Memorial, do you have to pay for that school to enter? Because I know we have one here in Fresno. But do we have to pay for that?
Private school.
Yeah, the private school, but you're making sure. It could be like a charter school. You know how we're a charter school here at Batino?
Yeah.
It's too short.
So I have another question. Do you guys think it's okay for students to be religious at school?
Like practice it?
Yeah.
I feel like yes, but no. As long as you're not trying to like expose to other kids what's right and wrong, you gotta always like consider the fact like they also have an opinion.
Yeah.
But also the students that aren't religious should respect the kid who has a religion.
Yeah.
So so problems shouldn't be made, between them, because everyone has a different way of believing and thinking.
They are here in school. They are, because I had a kid in my middle school. He used to at a certain time of the day he had to walk out of the classroom, and they would send him to like a classroom because he was a Muslim. So like how Muslims like pray at a certain time.
Yeah.
Like he would go and like he would have I don't call it like a carpet, but like like their stuff.
Yeah, the thing that they used to pray.
The stuff that you had to pray. They always had it at school for him.
Yeah.
So whenever it's time to pray, they would just pull him out of the classroom and like he can go pray because like that's a religion he practiced.
And I also want to on you guys were saying is that it should be allowed, or they should accept it, because it's just so people could be more open-minded about like there's more religions, and like if they do want to learn about it, they could respectfully ask questions about it, and just learn from each religion, and like how what they believe in and why do they believe it in a respectful way.
Well, I strongly agree with Chris, right? I feel like kids are allowed to be religious. But yeah, like what Chris said, like if you're religious, you gotta respect other religions, right? Because there's definitely other people with different opinions. There's definitely people with like who don't believe in what you believe. You have to respect that, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have to be as one as a society to like we can move on. Because if we if we don't trust or if we don't like agree with each other, like then society will be we can't move on as a whole society, right? And as long as we respect each other and help each other, then I feel like it's okay that students, kids, or even like honestly anywhere, you should be allowed to believe in what you believe, no matter what.
Another question that I have was, why is the Constitution built off like religion? For example, when you're like in court and you have to tell the truth, you have to testify under an oath, so you have to pretty much swear to God that you're going to be telling the truth. So what do you guys think about this?
I feel like because mostly everyone is believes to God. We all know God is like all we worship. Mm-hmm. But as well, but like I said earlier, like I feel like the editing was built upon like Christianity and God, like Christianity and Christian, basically whatever religion believes in God, that was built upon the Constitution, because that's the religions that first came here to the United States when they immigrated here. That concludes our discussion. Thank you for listening.